I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed. And we don't have to. We do not have to. We are going to have an entire day spent in bed because sometimes that's necessary. I'm coming to you with vulnerability. This is a safe space, okay? Sometimes getting out of bed, moving to a different room, going outside is the last thing you can bring yourself to do. Maybe you're having a sick day. Maybe you're having a bad mental health day. Maybe it's a weekend and you just simply don't have the capacity for doing anything. Maybe today was just your last straw. Looking outside made you go, absolutely not. I'm staying right here. Whatever the reason, staying in bed all day is sometimes needed. Sometimes doing nothing, sometimes resting, sometimes restoring is the most productive thing we could do for ourselves. So we're going to do that. You have to reflect. You have to touch base with yourself, and you've got to know, you know what? This is one of those days, and I need this, and I'm not going to feel guilt about it. But the thing we are going to do is make this day feel good for ourselves. And sometimes that requires setting certain items up, objects up, activities up, just making the day work for you, making the day actually fun and enjoyable. Most importantly, releasing any feelings of guilt, releasing any feelings of laziness, all of the bad thoughts, all of the negative thoughts swirling around us. We're shoving those out the window and we're welcoming in good thoughts, and we're welcoming in just like a fun restorative day. Now, it's not always fun. I know that. Let me disclaim. I know a day in bed is not always fun. On a bad mental health day, that's not fun. At least we can make it nicer for ourselves than basking in guilt and shame, and having kind of nothing to occupy us. So I'm going to show you how a full day spent in bed is not a waste and can in fact be a good thing for you and restorative and productive. Now, the very first thing we're going to have to do is gather our essentials. And we're going to do this in one fell swoop because this is the only time, besides bathroom breaks, that we're going to get out of this bed. Think of everything possible you can to conjure up the last bit of energy you have to get up and gather all the things you need for your day. Maybe your motivation is simply just to have all of the things you want with you in bed. Maybe your motivation is having to pee. Maybe your motivation is, watching a YouTube video you've been wanting to watch as you get up and do this little portion, okay? But we do need to get up at least once today. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the first step is getting off our PJs. I don't want to sit in my PJs all day because to me, that brings in feelings that I don't want to name. I don't want to name because I don't even want to accept them into our day today. But it makes me feel like I haven't started a new day, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to psychologically shift ourselves into a new day. That makes it acceptable. That makes it good. It makes it energizing that we are starting a new day. We're just starting it in bed. We're just starting it right back where we started. While we're up, this is vital. We have to do it in this one single energy burst. We're going to go brush our teeth. I know. We're not doing anything crazy. We're not taking a whole bath. I'm not telling you to have a whole self-care day. I know. But we have to do one thing, one hygiene thing that we will feel good about for the rest of the day. We'll feel a little refreshed. We'll feel like we took care of ourselves. After that, we're going to go around your place of living and we're going to collect all the things we need for the day. Here's my list of things I want for the day. I want my laptop in case I have to do a little pitter-patter, a little tippy-tappy. You're going to get whatever entertainment you want, whether that's an iPad to play little iPad kid games, whether that's a Switch, your Steam Deck, whatever it is, right? Get that. A Kindle, a book. Okay, you get it. Next, we're getting any kind of hobby that you can do from bed. Coloring, crocheting, knitting, cross-stitch. You get the idea. Any kind of hobby, just gather something, bring that with you, all right? And then we need some kind of little snack and a filled up water bottle. Snacks, water. And the last thing, more practical than anything, chargers for everything. You don't want to have to get up and you don't want to find a charger because most likely what will happen is you won't get up and then you'll let that thing die and then you'll be sad without it. So those are the things we're going to go grab around the house. If you have anything else that's necessary, if you have like medication, if you have stuffy you want close by, a blanket you want close by, if you have anything specific to you, this is the time to grab it. Make your little list. You can make a list for the future too, for when you need to remember this, and go grab all that stuff. All right, I'll meet you back here. Let's go. Break. Where's my robe? Good job. We're back. Do you have everything? I hope you do. I have everything stacked right in this pile over here. It's feeling good. I open the blinds. I also highly recommend that. Opening up the blinds, getting some sun on your face, even if it's through a window. Just feeling that sun, feeling that there's an outside world out there. Looking, but not going. Okay, and then next, I'm gonna get a little bit situated. I've got my plushie. You gotta have at least one. Sorry, you've gotta. Okay, what I like to do is bring a little table up here, because I'm gonna tell you, 3 surfaces is not enough. An entire bed, a side table, those 2 things do not a day in bed make conducively. I don't know, but we need a third surface. So I always bring a little C-stand table is what they're called, but whatever table you have on hand. This is where I like to have like the things that are moving in and out. I've got the constants around me. I've got like water essentials over here. This is like the flex surface where I move things in and out. Okay. And then I also make sure to have some kind of lap stand, because you can't really do things in bed without a good like surface. You sure can, but it's a little bit easier. I found this for $25 at an antique mart. I was so excited about it. The next thing we're gonna do is set up a little itinerary for ourselves. Okay. I know this sounds weird, but for me this is so helpful because it makes me feel like I have some sort of structure to my day, even though I know I'm spending the day here. You don't have to do this. Please no, you do not have to do this. This is definitely a very like, if you're a type A and planning makes you feel good and fun and organized, if that is you, then this step is for you. If it's not, ignore this, okay? But I like to make a little baby itinerary, even if it's just like the loosest thing possible. So let's do that. Let's write out a little itinerary. I'm gonna make mine so simple, because for me, if I tell myself to do something, I rebel against it and I don't do it, because now it's a task, now it's a to-do list. So I have to be vague. I have to like trick myself. I have to be vague and say like, oh, maybe sometime today, generally do this thing, and then I'll do it. But if it's like do this or else, I won't do it. Something's wrong with me. Okay, but it's not. We are who we are. Okay, get to work. First on my list is going to be checking my Slack and my email, because I have to do that. Okay. For me, putting admin stuff first is helpful because I can kind of get it out of the way. If it pops up throughout the day, fine, but I can get it out of the way and just know I have personal stuff for the rest of the day. Today is like technically a day off for me, but bed days don't always come on a day off. Bed days choose you. You don't choose bed days. So sometimes work is involved in that. Today it's not, because like I said, it's day off, but I do have to do a little admin here and there just to stay on top of things. I would like to do a little light Pinteresting. This is in no particular order for me because, like I said, I'm beholden to my whims. My whims carry me. I am not the captain here. It's purely my whims. So I'll put this down, but at the end of the day, I'm not in charge. I'd like to Pinterest. That's a verb. I'd like to read my book. I'm reading Hook, Line, and Sinker right now. I don't really like it, but I am still reading it. And that's me with every romance book that I read. Still searching for my one that I like. Color, because I have all my coloring stuff. I would like to watch Greek. That's been my binge watch. For the past couple of weeks, I've been binge watching Greek. I also want to learn about raised bed gardening. So we just had a bunch of gravel put down in our backyard where there used to be grass, and on top of the gravel we want to put raised beds. So I need to research that. I need to research everything about it, what to put in it, ratios of soil and compost, a lot of things. So I just want to put together a little YouTube playlist. So I like to have a little variety in my bed tasks. As you can see, I have like mental stimulation with reading. I have creative stimulation with coloring. I have like some good just brain off time with watching TV. I have some learning with raised bed research. So having a little variety I think is good for the soul. However, your bed day is whatever you need. Your bed day could just be a full day of binging shows, brain off, binging shows, playing on your Switch, playing on your phone. If that's what you need, that's what you need. You know yourself. And I would also invite you to add a little bit of challenge, just a little bit of variety, even if it's the types of brain off activities that you have. Just add a little variety in there. One thing that you don't normally do. Just like throw it in there. If you need all of the activities to serve you in the same way, like with brain off activities, do that. But just like throw in a new brain off activity. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you get it. Well, we have our little list. I really hope you can hear that. This is just a Eddie note. I really hope you can hear Azula's going just sprinting around. Let's get started. It's you and me in a restorative, restful, you time day in bed. And we're making the most of it, okay? Let's go. Let's start. Before we get into that, though, I need to take a moment for our cozy sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding. Is that me from a month ago? Hi, it's me from a month ago. Future me, are we having a good day in bed? We're having the best day in bed so far. Are the cats with you? The cats are with me. One is. The other is missing in action. I think he's over there somewhere. Perfect. Okay, well, let's set the bed up. Let's set it up. It came in this little roll. Let's unwrap this baby. And if you're not familiar with Brooklyn Bedding, they've been in the mattress industry for over 25 years. They are known for their top-of-the-line comfort and quality without the luxury price tag. Their mattresses are custom made by the best craftsmen in the industry. Plus, if you're in the US, they ship to you for free from their Arizona factory. They offer different firmness, different heights. I just found my second cat, and different dimensions to fit your different lifestyle. So I got the Sedona Elite in a king size. We really liked the cooling function on the Sedona Elite because Brian runs very hot. He's just a hot guy. He just runs really hot. And so having that cooling function on the mattress just is so nice. And we have had this mattress now for a little over a month. I did not expect this much of a difference. I was just like, okay, we're going to get a bigger mattress with like a little bit of cooling. That's going to be cool. The way that this mattress like conforms to your body and you feel so comforted and like supported, but then it's also firm enough to where I'm not getting a backache. I feel like I can spend all day in bed and it doesn't hurt my back. It has so many layers. If you look at this picture, there's just so many things happening in this, and whatever's happening is magic. Okay, I'll tell you what, I don't really fully understand it, but I know it's magic and I know that it feels fantastic on my body. They also now have the Copper Flex line. So the Copper Flex line is infused with copper particles, which is really good at moisture wicking and heat regulation. And then there's also natural antimicrobial properties. And the last thing, they have a 120 night sleep trial. So if you decide you're not happy with your mattress, they'll help you return it. But I love my Brooklyn Bedding mattress, and I think you would too. So if you are looking for a new bed, go to brooklynbedding.com/cozyk and you can get 30% off your order. Thank you, Brooklyn Bedding, for the lovely bed we will be spending all day in. And let's get back to that, okay? All right, it's time to check my email. It's time to just do a little admin so we can have a little body double time together. Let's go. I just thought of an anecdote. One of the worst times, the worst periods of my life, when I was working like 80 hours a week. How many hours are in a week? Because I think it was all of them that I was working. Anyways, I literally could not bring myself out of bed to do, like, I would wake up hating life. I was in startup law, if you don't know. At our firm specifically, we had so much responsibility, like from day one, kind of. It was just the way that the firm worked. So we would be in charge of like these huge financings, and it would kind of just be like on us, especially closing day. Millions and millions of dollars of people's money that we have to like make sure we're, anyways. Okay, it was a lot of stress. It was a lot to take on, and I would wake up knowing I had a financing that day, sometimes two, and not want to do anything, not want to open my eyes, not want to do anything. I would wake up, I would pull my laptop over to me. This was also after like an entire night of working on content and like weekends spent working on content, to where like I just had nothing left in me. I'd wake up, I'd pull my laptop over, and I'd just sit like this, and I'd get stuff done. So all of that to say, things just have to be done in bed, and they can still get done, because you know what I did? I got all of it done. I got everything I needed to get done. I just did it in bed. And sometimes you need to do that. It doesn't make your work product worse. You get it done. You just get it done in bed, because that's what your mental state needs at the time. And that's just a little anecdote to know when your body is telling you that it needs to be in bed. Okay? Especially when it comes to work. Because I feel like some people will poo-poo that. They'll be like, get up, get to a desk. No, it's not necessary. Okay, let's get to work. All right, I've caught up on my emails and my Slack and my to-dos for the day, or knowing what to-dos I have for the day. And I have a couple of things to do. I have a video to edit, a short one, short form. I have a concept and product list to submit, and then I have some insights to submit. All pretty quick, easy things. Like I said, today's not a typical work day for me, so I'm just squeezing in what I can, and then I'm signing off. Let's just jump into that. Let's get that done, and then it's just rolling around in the bed, having fun for the rest of the day. Okay, get the hard stuff out of the way first. Hard stuff. Get the work stuff out of the way first, and then we play. Okay. All right, breakfast is in my tummy. What a delicious breakfast it was. It's time to get to work. I'm going to edit this video first and foremost. It's 2 p.m. Anyways, my snack is coming in handy. I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to text Ryan and see if he'll bring me some lunch. Okay, I'm almost done. And then I'm playing some RuneScape. You guys, I'm done with work. I'm done with work. It's 2:50. So we're basically kind of just splitting the day in half. And now on to the rest of the day of restoring our energy, our capacity, resting, and more importantly, playing RuneScape. Let's get to it. All right, y'all. We've been playing RuneScape for a little bit now. Also, if you don't know what RuneScape is, or if it's been a while since you've played, it is like an ancient online MMO adventure game where you're just running around having fun. You can play with your friends, you can play with people online, but it's kind of very grindy. Like you're trying to up your stats. So right now I'm just spending so long doing this agility course so that I can up my agility stat. It might be incredibly boring for some people, but it's so much fun when you just want to turn your brain off, you want to watch a show, you want to just like think, space out for a bit. You're upping your stats and that brain is off. And it's nostalgic. It's really nostalgic. I played this for a bit when I was really young, really young. So there's some nostalgia tied to it. Either way, since we've been playing for a while, I'm taking a little break. I'm going to do some like movement in bed. And by that, I literally just mean some like stretching. So now's the time. If you need a little time to stretch, if you need some bathroom breaks, if you need to go get another snack, like break up your activities in bed with just a little movement, a little something. So I've got my bed tray, I'm pushing it aside, and when I say minimal stretching, I really mean it. I just poop, just a couple, boop, boop, a little over here. Ooh, yep, right there. Yep, that's some good stuff. It's good to get the blood flowing so that you're not completely stationary, which sometimes is fine. But if you've got the energy, why not move around a little? Get the circulation going. Ooh, there we go. Just a tiny baby stretch. And there you have it. Stretch is over. All right, so I'm getting to level 20 agility, and then we're going to do some Pinteresting because I want to get creative. Let's go. Hi, we changed positions, and it's time for Pinterest. Right now, I've realized that I am not ready for fall to begin quite yet. I think I still have to wait till the end of August. I don't know. We'll see. But what I have realized, because I am having so much fun enjoying the rest of summer, what I am having fun doing is anticipating fall. And we all know there's like some study that's like the reason why vacations are so fun and so exciting for us is the anticipation of it all. A lot of people don't even have as much fun on the vacation as they do anticipating it and all of the like lead up to it and the planning and all of that. And I think that's just what I'm feeling right now. And that's okay. That's okay. I know a lot of people are like, wait, stop. It's still summer. Let me enjoy summer. First of all, please do. But secondly, it's the anticipation, baby. All right? It's the anticipation. And so what I'm doing is just, even though I'm not ready for fall quite yet, I am embracing the fact that the anticipation is there. The want and the yearning for like planning for it and getting excited and like mood boarding, that's all there. And that's half of the fun. Honestly, it really is. It's half of the fun. So I'm embracing that. And taking all this energy I feel like is misplaced into wanting to start fall early for me. Other people I know, they do want to start fall early, and I support. For me, I'm like, do I want to start it early? No, it's just misplaced. I actually just want to plan and prep for fall. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to do a little fall prep and planning and pinning on my Pinterest. So come on, let's get a little creative. Okay, y'all, Pinterest time was so fun. I'm going to share a few things I'm excited for. This is what I'm looking forward to for the fall. And we're going to have a whole planning for fall video. Don't you worry. This is not the extent of it, just a little peek into this mind, okay? Vintage decorations, like vintage themed decorations, something like this. Like this is so exciting to me. Very, very nostalgic. I saw someone do a over the garden wall, like Enoch, huge thing, and I want to do that somewhere I don't know if I want to do it in the house or outside somewhere, like in the front. I don't know, but I want to do it. So some DIYs. I'm excited for front porch decorating. I pinned a bunch of stuff for like front door, front patio area. Very, very excited for that. I'm excited to go to like a pumpkin patch and an apple orchard and carve pumpkins. We didn't carve pumpkins, I think, the last 2 years, so I definitely want to carve pumpkins this year. And I want to make some kind of baked good. I want to make some cider. I saw something on Pinterest that was like half cider, half chai, and that sounds delicious. Just some fun ideas, just some things to get excited about. Sometimes you just need the little moment to get excited. Sometimes when you're staying in bed all day and you need that time for rest, you just need a little excitement. You need a little anticipation. You need a little whimsy, something to put all your creative energy into, you know? Doesn't have to be real. Doesn't have to come to fruition. You can just imagine. That's the fun part of it all. The next thing I want to do is read. Let's go. I'll give you any updates if they come, okay? Okay, little update on this book. I'm sorry I feel like I'm always critical about the books that I'm reading. I feel like I can't help but be critical. Part of the fun for me about reading is critiquing. It's analyzing, okay? It's the critical analysis of it all. That's part of the fun for me. So I'm sorry if it seems like I'm being negative about it. It's part of the, like, as much as I critique it, I enjoy the process of reading and critiquing. Does that make sense? Like, I still enjoy reading and critiquing a book, not as much, but I still enjoy it just as I enjoy reading and like loving a book and only having a couple thoughts about it. But either way, it's fun, you know? Okay. My thoughts on Tessa Bailey as a writer. Like I said, I got this book because the first one was like the first contemporary romance that I had read in adulthood, probably ever, ? I don't know. It was just like the introduction into the genre, and so I had no expectations, and I was like, you know what? Listen to it on audiobook on my commutes. And I was like, this isn't half bad. Now, after having read a lot of contemporary romance, I now can see the limits of Tessa Bailey's writing, I guess I'll say. Because, you know, like, contemporary romance, it follows a formula. It's predictable in a good way. I do like that about it. If there's a good trope and it's done well, I like it. But, you know, however, I think that her writing just isn't there. You know, it's just not there. I think her characters are interesting. Her men don't have as much like depth and nuance as the woman, but still, they're like still nice. And I appreciate that they're nice. Even if they're like grumpy. It's like Grumpy Sunshine. The grumpy has like a nice base, nice foundation. So he's still operating out of niceness, if that makes sense. It's just that the rest of it's not written well. It's like all of the character work is fleshed out. The plots are interesting and fleshed out, but then like everything in between, it's like filling that all in is just not as good, because this is my number one complaint. I feel like a broken record when it comes to contemporary romance. There's too much telling and not showing. I feel like good writing, and I always say this too. What the hell do I know? I don't know. I'm just a reader, okay? I mean, that's not true. I do write, but I don't write romance. So what the hell do I know about writing romance? However, I've read a lot of it, and I feel like when you're able to show the character's arc without telling us it, when you're able to show the character's psychological makeup and their traumas and the reasoning behind why they do things and the reasoning for how they operate, like when you're able to show that and not just tell it in a block of exposition and say, this is why I'm like this, because I grew up like this, and then my mom did this, and my dad is like this, and so that I'm like this, and now because of that, now I do this, and this is how I look at the world, and this is what I want. It just makes it so surface level, because I feel like we're just being told how we should interpret the characters, which to me is not as creative of writing. Like, we should be given a foundation, and then we should be able to interpret something from that, connect the dots ourselves. But I feel like a lot of contemporary romance just like tells you what you should be interpreting and then tells you how to connect the dots, fully connects them for you. And especially when it comes to the characters, like not realizing something that they're feeling. Oh, that's like the most frustrating thing for me. Like, and it's happening so much in this book to both of the characters. They're both like, okay, I want to be friends with this person, but what's this feeling then? What's this feeling? If I'm supposed to be friends with this person only, what am I feeling? Like, we as humans are not that dumb. Like, we are able to recognize when we are feeling something for somebody, instead of like, I don't know, like fabricating this conflict, this internal turmoil of like, but I want to be friends, but oh no, what is this other feeling? No, I'm just going to ignore it. Like, that's not how people work. That's not how the human psyche works. I feel like good writing, when it's something like this, when it's like a friends to lovers, where there's some kind of obstacle or barrier that can't be crossed, it needs to be a situation, it needs to be a barrier that is believable and that is not just like somebody not recognizing something. And I feel like somebody not recognizing something can be done well. It's just not, that doesn't look like, I'm going to be friends with this person. Oh no, what's this? Is this jealousy? Why would I be jealous if I'm supposed to be friends with this person? Like, you would know why you're jealous. So I feel like it's this slowly admitting to yourself internally, or like immediately admitting and then being like, no. Even if I feel this way, I have to not feel this way. It just has to be more realistic. I don't know. It either has to be that, or it has to be like this slow, like they're not even letting themselves fully comprehend what they're feeling until later on, until when it's like unavoidable, or like their actions take over first. It's either that, or the conflict and the barrier to romance has to be like real. It has to be something that's like, no, they know that they feel all these feelings for this person, but they still can't do anything about it. Then it's believable. Then it's like, oh my gosh, no, this is just like, you're just waiting for both of them to realize that they do like each other, and then they like have to wait to then like tell each other. It's just like a miscommunication trope, almost like a prolonged miscommunication trope. Anyways. And again, I think that can be done well. I'm trying to think of a book where that was done well. I feel like, I don't know, I can't think of a specific book where that's done well, but like Friends to Lovers, Enemies to Lovers, where they're like, I shouldn't feel this, but I do, and I'm just not going to tell them. That happens well in some good writing. This is pissing me off. Why would I be feeling jealousy? Because you think she's hot. Like, it can also just be like, oh, I think she's hot, but I don't want to pursue her. And that can be the internal, whatever. Anyways, that is the sum of my problem with Tessa Bailey's writing. And I would say like half of contemporary romance authors, and not just contemporary romance. I've seen this in like fantasy too, where it's just telling. It's just telling us. The other one like this was Say You'll Remember Me. I feel like the end of it was so good because she wasn't telling us. She was showing us, because by then we knew the characters. But the beginning, she was just telling us. Just simply telling us everything we should be interpreting about the character. Tell us the things that the character does. Tell us how the character reacts. Tell us how the character feels in reaction to a situation. But like, don't give us the psychological breakdown of everything they're feeling in that moment, because most people don't know that in that moment. And if they do, it's still not like connecting all of the dots in that moment. You know, it's just the immediate feeling. And again, that's still showing us how they're feeling versus telling us how and why they're feeling. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. I hope that's not just rambling. Anyways, this is why I can't talk about books on my vlogs, because I will talk about it the whole time. And then I seem mean, and it's not fun anymore for anybody. Okay, I'm going to continue reading. Let's go. Oh my god. I just got diabolical levels of secondhand embarrassment. Oh my god. Sheila's having a good day in bed too. Hi, Sheila. My baby boy. Alright, we're gonna finish this chapter, and then we're getting to coloring. Here's my marker holder. And here's all my markers. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to scoop them all onto the bed. Sheila's hanging out here. So both my coloring surface and my coloring utensils are a bit... Okay. It's time. It's that time in the day when I need to like clear out all the stuff that I'm not using to make way and have space for all the stuff that I do have left. So I don't think I'm gonna use my iPad anymore. I'm not using my laptop, not using my Switch. So I'm gonna put everything else away so things are clear. I'm gonna bring the food plates downstairs. You know, let's just tidy up a little bit. Tidy up our space, simplify. It's getting a little darker, barely, but what time is it? It is 6 something. It's 6:20. This has been a solid time. Sheila's harassing Ryan in the shower right now. Hi, Tina boy. Hello. He's thirsty. You thirsty? Okay, friends, I finished the coloring page. That was fun. We got a little hint of fall in there. I just kind of play around with some techniques and didn't do so hot up here, but that's okay. We had fun and it was cute. And I feel like I got my fall colors kind of down a little bit for when I do more fall coloring pages. So that was the coloring. That was fun. I did not watch the raised bed videos while I was doing that. I just kept watching Greek. So I think now's the time to take a little bit of notes. It's the last thing I do before I snuggle up into bed and read for the rest of the night. So let's do that. I'll tell you anything good I learn, okay? I'll tell you. Let's lock in. These wood raised beds, and I do have a video on that. I'll make sure to tag it on the screen. Well, I learned so much. I'll tell you what I learned about raised bed gardening. I've been doing research on this for a little bit, but I feel like this was the good chop up that I needed. Metal raised beds are easier to build and move around. It just might be pricier. So you don't have to worry about like the treated lumber, all of that. And it's just easier like if you're one or two people to just like simply lift it up and move it if you decide you want to move it, which is definitely something we might want to do since we have like a shady area. The area we want to put them in, like one would be in the shade, one would be in the sun. So we don't know, maybe we'll want to move them. So metal, probably preferred for us. Taller beds means no rabbits, easier to like handle, you don't have to bend over as much, but also you have to consider like not having super tall crops like tomatoes in a tall planter, because then you're going to be like reaching for the tall crops. So maybe having a lower planter with your tall crops, which I had not thought about at all. The lower the raised bed to the soil, the better access like the roots will have to the ground soil where there's a lot of nutrients and there's like earthworms and stuff, and we have so many earthworms, and that soil over there is so good. So I feel like there's some things I will want to make that consideration for and just have lower beds, because we were thinking about doing high beds all around, but now I don't think so. She was saying having a 4-foot max depth, because then you can reach like all the way into the middle easier. She was saying 3 foot is ideal for her, so I think I'll keep that in mind. And then having a wheelbarrow's worth of space between the raised beds, which makes sense for soil and such, and fill the soil to the very top because it'll settle, so just overflow it. And you can fill like half of it with a bunch of like wood and stray things so that you don't have to fill all of it with soil. Put in any drip lines or irrigation before planting. That makes a lot of sense, and I do need to look into that. I need to do some research. Do not put perennial herbs with annual crops because they'll take over. That I did know, but she made a note of like basil, cilantro, and dill are fine to mix in, and I didn't realize that those were annuals. So that is good to know. So that's my little lesson from raised bed gardening. I hope I can impart a little bit of knowledge onto you that I just learned. I'm excited for that journey. But it's time for like bedtime, you know? Like this is now when I'll bug Ryan to bring me dinner. I feel like I've just been like I need a bell or something today. Like, Ryan, please help me. It's 8 p.m. So truly it's time. And I'm gonna read myself to sleep. I'm kind of locked into this book. As much as I am not a fan of the writing, the storylines got me locked in, which is what I said. She's good at plot, and she's good at, you know, general character work. Yeah, so I'm kind of locked in. And I feel like it's time to reflect. Let us reflect together. Let me get my mic. Hold on. As I get nice and comfy and ready for bed, I hope that you had a lovely time coming along with me on this day in bed that was not wasted. It was productive in many ways. It was productive to the soul, and it was productive work-wise as well. The next day you spend in bed, please release the guilt from your shoulders. Journal about it if you need to. We need to get through this crazy thing we call life in any possible way we can. Sometimes that's going to mean raging with your friends on the weekend. Sometimes that's going to mean frolicking in a lake on a camping trip. Sometimes that's going to mean playing games with your friends online. Other times, that's going to mean staying in bed all day because that's all you have the capacity for, and you can't socialize, and you can't bring yourself to just get up and face the outside world. And that's okay. You don't need to. We as humans are not made to operate in this weird system that we've been plopped into. Okay? So if you need to hibernate like the bears do, if you need a day of hibernation or a couple days or a week or whatever, if you need that time, please take it. If you feel your body telling you, hey, not today, actually, I'd like to stay right here, listen to it. You know, take that mental health day. Take that bed day. Take it. Steal it. Even steal it. Leave those voices that you've come to internalize your entire life behind. They're not your own. They're not you. That's not really how you feel about yourself. It's internalized voices from the ways you've been socialized, either by parents, by society. It's telling you, you should be getting it, you should be doing this, you should be doing this. Do what's best for you. Give yourself that permission. It is a day you invested in yourself. It's a day you cared for yourself. And you should be so, so proud of yourself that you're able to stand up against all of the noise and say, you know what? No, I'm staying in bed. We'll see you next week. I love you so, so much. Stay cozy. Bye. Good night. Good night. I love you. Good night.